Hi, Dimitri. So I am here with the video that I promised you earlier today. I am going to be using this video for you to go through all of the things that we spoke about today. And you can, in the future, use this video as practice at home or just to get a refresher on everything that we went over. So I do want to emphasize and remind you that for now, this video should only be watched at home just to get a feel for Tai Chi visually. I don't want you to try to practice anything at home just yet. I would like you to be more familiar with the forms and the movement of Tai Chi. So I will be letting you know in the coming weeks when you can start doing these at home on your own. But for now, just to make sure that everybody's safe, we will be going through these exercises together as we did today at the end of the week in our coming sessions, just to be sure that our form is correct and everything is being practiced safely. I don't want anybody to get hurt. So as I said, you can feel free to watch this video a couple times over just to see how Tai Chi visually, get a feel for how it's done, and really familiarize yourself with the forms, as we call them, that we will be doing for our purposes in the coming sessions. So as I said, not to worry, we will be going over these again at the end of the week when I see you in the coming weeks. But if you do need a refresher, this video is always here for you, or you can always call me or request a Zoom call if you'd prefer that, and we can go over any questions that you have in the meantime. So before we get into showing the forms, I would like to refresh our memories on why we decided that Tai Chi was a good exercise for you to do at home. So to start off, as I said earlier, I know that you love to go walking outside, which is awesome. As I said, try to keep that up if you can. We are going to make sure you can still be doing those things. That is a great exercise, just to get out in nature, get some fresh air, get moving. It's all great things. Now, Tai Chi is also a great light exercise because the movements are nice and slow paced, which is great. They're also really easy to learn. So I'm hoping that very shortly you'll be able to have a grasp yourself on these and be familiar with the forms of Tai Chi. And another really big point that's awesome for you is Tai Chi can be done independently, which I know is something that's, again, very important to you. So you can also practice Tai Chi outside eventually. Not yet, but when we get there at the end of our sessions, you can do this outside in maybe the places that you go for a walk, things like that. If you'd want to just switch it up and do a different kind of exercise that day outside as opposed to walking, just it's up to you. But another plus is you can also practice Tai Chi inside. So let's say it's a rainy day and you can't get outside to go for your walk. You can practice Tai Chi indoors, which is awesome. And just like walking, Tai Chi can help improve your balance, your coordination, circulation, things like that. And these are all really important when it comes to moving. So that's just an added bonus to Tai Chi. And I do know that we had very briefly spoken also about your feelings towards alcohol and how they have played a factor in some of your past falls. And obviously that is confidential between us. It does not go beyond this video. This video is just for you and I. Those conversations don't go anywhere past you and I. But I do think that Tai Chi would also be a really great hobby for you to pick up whenever you're having those feelings. It's just something to consider, but Tai Chi is a really great way to use your time to help make you stronger and keep you more balanced. But an added bonus to Tai Chi is it is a really great opportunity for self-discovery through the process of practicing the forms. So as we spoke about, Tai Chi is something that you do alone, which, emphasis again, I know is definitely something that is in your ballpark. You prefer to do things by yourself, which is great. So Tai Chi is something that you can practice by yourself once you get proper form down. And in that alone time, that is a really great time to do some self-reflecting and learning about how your mind and body are connected through that process, which is a really great thing. And that's just something I'd like you to think about, and just food for thought for some consideration before we move on. Now, before I actually get into showing you the forms of Tai Chi, I'm going to do a little run through of all the forms that we had gone over a little later in this video. But before I do that, I would like to remind you of the little safety precautions that we talked about. So I know we had spoke about that. We want to watch your heart rate, right? We want to be monitoring that and make sure that that's in a safe range. So with your heart condition, we want to make sure that you're safe while you exercise, because obviously when you exercise, your heart rate goes up, which is a good thing. So Tai Chi, as we spoke about, is getting our bodies moving. So it is technically a form of exercise. So in practicing these forms, I do want to remind you to wear your Fitbit wristband that you have that measures your heart rate. So we want to make sure that your heart rate stays between 50 and 60 beats per minute. That's generally a safe range for you to be in while you're exercising. And as I said, when you exercise, it is really great to get your heart pumping and get your blood flowing, things like that. But we do want to make sure that you don't feel any shortness of breath for any extended period of time. And we also don't want to keep your heart rate up for longer than 15 minutes at a time without taking a short little break. So in practicing these forms, if you notice your heart rate's getting too high, we can gradually slow down the movements, slowly bring your heart rate back down. We don't want to abruptly do that. But also if you're feeling dizzy, weak, if you have any chest pain, I would like you, again, to slowly bring your heart rate back down, and we'll go over how to do that in the coming weeks. But in practicing that on your own, if you're feeling these things, I'd like you to slowly bring your heart rate back down, slowly stop the exercise. And if you're still feeling discomforts, I'd like you to contact your doctor or an emergency personnel if you feel that's necessary. But I think you're going to be okay. These forms are really safe, and I don't think we're going to have any concerns about that. I just wanted to let you know that we should monitor your heart rate while we do that. So I'd like you to also remember that we only want to be doing Tai Chi just to start for about 5 to 10 minutes at a time. We can gradually increase this, but again, we're just learning. This is something new. So we're going to stick to about 5 to 10 minutes for now. So again, Tai Chi is really safe to do for your heart condition because we don't want to raise your heart rate too high. But a plus is you really feel the benefits of Tai Chi so much more the slower you do the movements, which is really great for heart rate, because if you're not doing things really fast, your heart's not going to get pumping super fast. It's really great for conditions that you have. So the slower that you move, you actually engage your muscles for balance and control of your center of gravity much more, which help keep your feet on the ground. So these are really helpful things to potentially avoid falling in the future, which is really great. So the slower you move, the more you're engaging those muscles, and they're going to get stronger, and they're going to help keep you upright. So as I said, I am going to be going through the forms of Tai Chi that we had discussed and went through a little bit earlier today. So after discussing these points, I'm going to go through the forms here and show you how they're done. But before I do that, I would just like to reiterate what we spoke about your base of support and your center of gravity, as I just mentioned. So your base of support is about shoulder width apart with your feet flat on the ground underneath you when you're standing up. So at any time that you take a step or you bring your feet really close together underneath you and they're not shoulder width apart, your center of gravity changes. So there's potential for you to get a little wobbly there. So when those happen, these movements, if your leg is out, if it's really close in, muscles like your core and other things like that kick in to help keep you upright. It's not just all about your legs at that point. So Tai Chi is really great because it works on movements like that of stepping out and coming back in to help engage those muscles while you're moving. That's how it helps improve your balance. So without further ado, and in saying that, I am going to get into showing you some of the forms of Tai Chi next.
So I'll stay half awake, and I'll guess that you do. I'll be late, I could make it all up to you. And I'll count down the days, don't say that you wouldn't too. 'Cause I heard the rain, as I felt you coming loose. And I heard my name, and it broke my head in two. I'll celebrate on the day that I get the news. And I'll count down the way, I'll be wishing that I was you. But I can't call away the way you do. So I'll stay